what Islam Awareness Week is about, why we do this every year, why you should volunteer, and what you would have to do as a volunteer. So throughout the course of the session, you'll get to meet a couple of members of the planning team. So to start off, my name is Asma Hassan and I'm one of the coordinators this year. That's Umar in the back, he's the other coordinator. You'll get to meet our booth leaders, Mariam, Fakir, and Ashid, our social media coordinator, Ahmed, our IAW coordinator, oh, that's us. Our MSA president, Viktu, our program coordinators, Ahmed and Aisha, and our website coordinator, Umar.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah,
Okay.
This is Viktu, the MSA president.
Hey, assalamu alaikum guys, my name is Bitu. So Umar and Asma asked me to prepare a small reminder on intentions today, so that's what I'm going to do. I apologize in advance, I'm very ill prepared, so I'm going to be reading off my phone for most of it. So yeah, to start off, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran in chapter 2, verses 225, لا يؤاخذكم الله باللغو في إيمانكم ولكن يؤاخذكم بما كسبت قلوبكم والله غفور حليم. Which translates to Allah will not call you to account for thoughtlessness in your oaths, but for the intention in your hearts, and He is oft forgiving and most forbearing. So this is shown many times throughout the Quran, that Allah pays very close attention to our intentions. For example, whenever Allah talks about the punishment of hellfire for the one who commits murder, He'll always very elegantly say the one who commits murder intentionally, meaning that Allah will never forsake you or punish you for something that you genuinely didn't intend to do. So that being said, in a famous hadith reported by Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Verily, Allah has recorded good and bad deeds, and He made them clear. Whoever intends to perform a good deed but does not do it, then Allah will still record a complete good deed for him. If he intends to do it and does so, then Allah the Exalted will record it as 10 good deeds up to 700 times as much or even more. If he intends to do a bad deed, and he doesn't do it, then Allah will record it for him as a single good deed. And if he does do it, then Allah will record him for him a single bad deed. So it's a mercy and it's a blessing of Allah that He takes our intentions into account with everything that we do. So now I quickly want to get to the hadith that I have posted up on the slide behind me. The hadith reads, all actions are judged by motives, and each person will be rewarded according to their intention. Thus, he whose migration was to God and His messenger, his migration is to God and His messenger. But he whose migration was for some worldly thing he might gain, or for a wife he might marry, his migration is to that for which he migrated. So this hadith shows that people usually get back what they intend for. So for us as volunteers, IAW will only give to you what you put into it to begin with. So if your intention in IAW is just to kill time or whatever, then that's probably what's going to happen. But if you go into IAW with a sincere heart, and you intend to form bonds with your fellow brothers or sisters, you intend to give da'wah and give the message of Allah justice, then by the will of Allah that will happen. And even if it doesn't happen, Allah will still reward you for your intentions regardless. So remember to always renew your intentions throughout the course of IAW, and inshallah Allah will grant you the best of all results. Barakallahu fi wa lakum, assalamu
alaikum. So we want to ask you, what do you guys think IAW is? There's no wrong answer. Sorry? Culture? Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a journey.
The journey, yes. Anyone? Yeah?
Learning experience.
Learning experience, definitely.
Teaching experience.
Sorry?
Teaching experience.
Teaching experience, yes. Anyone else?
Teamwork. Fun.
Fun, yes, it's definitely fun. And yes, teamwork too. So yeah, IAW is the biggest event of the year, and it's an annual event that takes place in the UC Atrium, organized by the CUMSA, in which volunteers speak to fellow students, profs, and just the general public about Islam. And it's not just limited to conversation, but it also includes a lot of variety of activities and games, which makes it a very interactive event. And we also come up with a unique theme each year, which gives us something to look forward to for next year. And hopefully this video can give you a better insight of what IAW is.
Is Moby here? Where's Moby?
I am not a racist. Radical Islamism!
Let me read you some of the messages I have received. Go home, you Muslim. You're not home needs to be deported. You are definitely not wanted here by the majority of actual Canadians.
In light of recent developments, we, the Muslims, have once again become the victims of hate. Fear is a result of the unknown. Then, what better way than to listen and to educate those who want to learn? Let's embrace diversity.
Sometimes forgetting about our hearts. What are we chasing for? We don't need more. I know the world is tough, but all we need to show is love. Everything will be fine. نردنا سبيمالا نرضاه لنا حالا ذاك جمالنا يسمو.
So some so some of the motives for IAW are to address any misconceptions and stereotypes about Islam, and to raise awareness and spread the knowledge to the best of our ability, inshallah, about our beliefs and the virtues of Islam. And ultimately, we want to provide visitors with a greater understanding of what Islam is and its believers. And to do this successfully, as Biftu said, we need to renew our intention and do this solely for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and inshallah collaborate with one another to create a great event, inshallah.
So, why should you volunteer? I'm gonna share my story as to how my experience was last year. So the first time I heard about IAW was not in fact during the school year, it was the summer before I started school, because I was going through like the clubs and societies that Carleton has, and I found MSA, and I learned that IAW is a thing they do every year, and this is a picture from IAW 2016, and with all the activities that you will learn that we have during IAW, I was pretty excited, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a part of IAW 2017. And IAW 2017 came, and we were able to make quite interesting posters and a lot of memories. So this one's like me and Aisha on a poster of interfaith discussing the 3 monotheistic religions, and we're trying to have fun and mimic that handshake up there. But the main thing is that all these posters that you will make, it's not actually a lot of like hard work. The thing is, the volunteers who are responsible for the poster, they spend so much effort in it that you have a lot of memories that like you will develop and you will treasure, and before you know it, you will have a squad, so you can take squad pictures at the photo booth. So IAW, you're gonna have a lot of fun. So that's what I felt, and I'm too excited for 2018.
My name is Mariam Sawi. I was a volunteer last year, and it was my first IAW. And to be honest, I don't really have a deep story or anything, but I didn't even know IAW was a thing until I don't know, just around this time, November or something. I don't even remember how I heard of it, to be honest, but somehow I ended up signing up, and I remember going to the general meeting. I didn't know anyone, and I was sitting in the corner alone. And all of a sudden, people are talking in groups, and things are happening, and there's a booth theater, and there's people doing things, and it seems so legit. And I'm just you know what? I don't really know if I can do this, So I started just kind of, observing how people act, how IW is supposed to be, and eventually, I kind of turned into this person. So this is me as a minion, one-eyed minion, dancing. I don't remember why I did that. And this is me and my friends. We decided to take a crazy picture. So all I would say about IAW, to be honest, is that it's about making friends. And I know it sounds cheesy, but to be honest, the friends that have stuck with me until second year, we're actually people from IAW, so you're not gonna regret it.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name is Osama. I am in my 4th year. I did 4 IAWs, this is my 4th. I was honored to be the coordinator last year, and this year I'm the training director. I'll start with this verse from the Quran. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ادع إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن إن ربك هو أعلم بمن ضل عن سبيله وهو أعلم بالمهتدين, which translates to invite to the way of your Lord with wisdom of fair preaching and argue with them in a way that is better. Truly your Lord knows best who has gone astray from his path, and he is the best aware of those who are guided. So you're probably wondering why I took that training word off, because training is a big word, and we're not, as a training team, we're not like experts or scholars who you can come up to. No, we're just part of you. We're volunteers. We're also learning. What we do have is an experience. So, for example, we have 5 people of the training team were IAW coordinators. 3 of them were ex-booth leaders. So we're trying to help you research the topics that you have in your booths during Islam Awareness Week. Topics that might be related to general questions about Islam and have to be tailored, answers have to be tailored to people from different backgrounds coming to IAW, atheists, Christians. So that's part of what we do. Another part is develop communication skills, because that comes back to the verse of invite them with a way of your Lord with wisdom and fair preaching. So although you might have the good knowledge, but you still need to deliver it in a good way. So that's also part of our responsibilities, is to try to teach you and develop communication skills so that Islam Awareness Week can be presented in the best way. That's it. Jazakumullah khair.
So another aspect of Islam Awareness Week is the booths. So they all have a subtopic, and we have our booth leaders who will present them to you.
I go again? So this book will be about the foundation of Islam, and it's going to cover topics about the stories of the prophets, the names of Allah, 6 articles of faith, and the 5 pillars of Islam. One of our main goals will be to, inshallah, build a closer relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and attain a more accurate description of his attributes, inshallah, and also to implement the lessons and morals that we can learn from the stories of the prophets and implement them into our own lives and portray them to other people to invite them in a more polite manner, I guess. Yeah.
So, my booth is society, and can you go back? You're really fun. Okay, anyways, so now you will be more interested in listening what I have. So we're gonna try to address how to treat society with excellence, how to treat these members of the society with excellence, and we're gonna delve into one way that we could do it is developing respect for everyone, like respecting your environment, respecting the peers that you have, and we will discuss many other things in the booth, and that's what our booth will be focused around. So as now was the time. Buzz Lightyear said, respect everywhere.
Woohoo!
And this is my booth. So, my booth is you. And I really am glad that I got to lead this booth, because ever since I was assigned this booth, people would ask me, "Oh, Mariam, we heard you're a booth leader. What is your booth?" I go like, "You." And they're like, "No, I mean you, what is your booth?" And I'm like, "No, you don't get it. I mean, it's like the booth is you." And it turns out it's a very long conversation, and it kind of reminds me of this
Hey guys, I'm Carly Kloss, and I just
Definitely not.
Go to Wix.com to create.
From Rush Hour.
May I help you?
Know about this?
I'll be asking the questions over there. Who are you?
You.
No, not me, you.
I'm you.
Just answer the damn questions. Who are you?
I have told you.
Are you deaf?
No, he's blind. That is what I just said.
You just said what?
I did not say what. I said you.
That's what I'm asking you.
You is answering.
Shut up. You.
Yes?
Not you, him. What's your name?
Me.
Yes, you.
And I'm you.
And I'm like, yo, old ass. You, me, everybody's ass around here. Him? I'm gonna kick his ass. I'm sick of it.
So yeah, it's been a struggle so far, but I like it. So anyway, on a serious note, what is you basically? So my booth is more about like the small things that would be more between you and God that isn't very like evident in front of people. So these would be things like, you know, things like pertaining to your character. So like how you carry yourself around, how you talk to other people, you know, and we're gonna be taking inspirations from, you know, verses and hadith and so on. So one of them is, for example, a verse in Surah Al-Qalam, and it says, وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ, and indeed you are of a great moral character. We're going to also be talking about like knowledge and things like that. So we're all here at uni for knowledge, and this is one of like the biggest things we all care about. So another verse is وَقُلْ رَبِّ زِدْنِي عِلْمًا, and say, my Lord, increase me in knowledge. We're also going to be discussing, you know, as I said, like small deeds, you know, things that are, you might think they're not really of like a huge value, but they are to God, of course. And an inspiration is from a hadith, and it says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ تَعَالَى يُحِبُّ إِذَا عَمِلَ أَحَدُكُمْ عَمَلًا أَنْ يُتْقِنَهُ. Allah loves that if one does a job, he perfects it. And last thing we're going to be also discussing is, you know, it kind of goes back to the same point of, you know, doing things that would most likely not be, you know, appreciated by others just because no one's gonna notice it. And this is taken also an inspiration from the verse from Surah Al-Zalzala, فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ. So whoever does an atom's weight of good will see it. And all in all, the whole idea of my booth is self-improvement. So this is what we're all going to be aiming to achieve, inshallah, at the end of IAW, is for all of us to like improve ourselves in any way we might want to. And yeah, inshallah, it's going to be an awesome time.
Okay, so assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Ahmed Hamid, and I'm one of the IAW program coordinators this year. So we're gonna be talking about the tables that we have during IAW. So side by side the booths that you just saw, we have tables, and on that so we have a hijab table where people can go on and try on the hijab to see what it feels like to have it on. We have the henna table where people can go on and get henna, like we said. The Quran table where we have Qurans in a lot of different languages that you can get. The photo booth, just like you saw in the pictures, the MSA photo booth, you can get pictures there and stuff. And then there's arts and craft and calligraphy tables where you can either get tutorials how to do them, or you can have them done for yourself. So that's like the basic idea of the tables. They're just supposed to be fun and exciting, like a side activity during the IAW. And this year as well, we're doing something similar. But like, yeah, that's like the basic layout of the tables.
So I'm briefly going to go over the timeline of IAW with you guys. So the first date coming up is November 15th. That's when the registration closes, so make sure to sign up before then, inshallah. November 17th, we'll be having a volunteer bonding event that you'll hear more about later. January 13th is our general meeting. So IAW, the preparation really begins next semester after you finish all your exams. So it starts in January. From January 20th to March 19th, that's when all the training and the workshops happen to really prep you for the week of IAW. March 10th, we have a mock IAW, which is a practice run to give you a feel of what the actual week would feel like. March 19th to 23rd is the grand event, inshallah. You guys all have an amazing time. March 31st, we have an appreciation dinner to celebrate what you guys have accomplished over the course of the semester, inshallah.
All right, so volunteer responsibility is what you guys actually have to do in IAW. So before you read this, let's make it a bit interactive. So how many of you think that, you know, how long do you have to spend in a week? Like, how long is that in commitment for IAW? Just take guesses.
100 hours.
100 hours. Depends.
24/7.
24/7.
1 hour per day.
1 hour per day.
Slow and steady.
Sisters. That's all, guys, so far.
1 hour per week.
1 hour per week.
2 hours a week.
Okay. Well, we'll go right in. So one essential thing about IAW is, like, for example, for myself, when I first did my IAW, my first one, I was like, I'm not like good enough to go out there and talk to people about Islam. So just to tackle that fact, we have training sessions leading up to IAW. So as we saw in the timeline, starting January, we have a training session each week. So every Saturday, 1 to 3 p.m., we get together and we just learn something. And we have a very fabulous training team this year, alhamdulillah. So that's one of the responsibilities, attending the mandatory training sessions. It's just 2 hours per week. It starts from January, so you don't have to worry right now. And yeah, so that's the training sessions. Another question. What do you guys think you have to do between the training sessions and IAW itself? You already got a hint in the video.
You gotta make the booth, right?
Go and make a boot?
You gotta make the booth, right?
The boot.
You're supposed to.
Close. Anyone else? Yeah? Research and work on your posters, exactly. So one essential thing about IAW is, like, after you're done with the training, so you get the knowledge in the training sessions, what do you do after? So you pretty much make a group of 3 to 5 volunteers, you get together and you make a poster. This is just so it's like a support material for you to present during IAW. So when you're speaking with people, you have something to reflect on. So that's the second thing. As a volunteer, you would have to make that poster. So that's actually just for your own help. So just stay on top of your game. That's another responsibility, so that you finish everything in time. And then the last one before you. Oh, sorry. Can someone read that out loud? Sweet. So as much as IAW is about, like, going out there and breaking that misconception about Islam, like just raising more awareness about Islamic values itself, it's more than that. It's a lot about you guys yourself, like about yourself. So, like, you can think about it right now. Like, you're gonna start from January. You're gonna spend 3 months learning and researching about Islam, and then you're gonna strive to, like, work hard on your postures, make those conversations with people, and then after that, you're aiming to do everything with excellence. So after the end of 3 months, do you think you'll be the same person? Like, certainly you'll have a difference within you. So IAW is all about that too. So a responsibility of volunteers is also to learn and strive and excel in everything we do. And one last question. How many of you think you have to stay there for the whole week in IAW itself? 1 person, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 people think about that. But yeah, so if you're worried that you're gonna, you don't have time for IAW because you have class, you have school assignments, midterms, like, alhamdulillah, we are all students, so, like, we all suffer the pain. But IAW, you choose your schedule. It's not like you have to stay there the whole week. So if you want to spend, like, 1 hour per week, that's fine as well. If you want to spend, like, the whole week, that's fine as well. So you choose your schedule. It's flexible. I'm gonna say one thing though. IAW is really addictive. So you'll want to be there. Like, it's not like go from it. But yeah, that's the volunteer responsibilities. One question we get a lot is, so the trainings happen on Saturdays, 1 to 3 p.m. And one question we get is, what if I have work, or what if I have, like, a midterm? So, like, don't worry about it. Just mention in the sign-up form, there's a box that says if you're not able to make it, just mention it there. So whatever thing you have a conflict with, just mention it in the box. But yeah, that's mainly for the volunteers. Media,
Ladder.
Oh, okay. Alright. So, assalamu alaikum guys. My name is Ahmed Gora and I'm this year's social media marketing director. So, this is gonna be my first IAW. I didn't participate last year, so don't ask me how I landed a role. I just did. So yeah. So my job is to like keep the whole social media network updated with events leading up to IAW and IAW itself. So our marketing campaign includes what you call Throwback Thursday, which we release content on Thursday. We also release content on Friday, which is called Sonic Reminders. And we also release content on Monday, which is Humans of IAW, which is our most dynamic advertising mechanism. So what we do for Humans of IAW is that we release questions, religious or general, which you guys would answer, and you guys send us a picture, and then we post it on all of our platforms. So the thing is that right now, like if you guys are interested in being part of the Humans of IAW, I have questions, so you guys could grab one from me and we can get started on the interview and all that. So that's one thing we could do. And hands up, anyone who's like skilled graphic designer? Okay, so if you guys are skilled graphic designer and you guys actually like want to do stuff, you guys can like get in contact with me and like we can like get started with marketing. And if anyone's interested in like social media, like marketing, like if you guys are like really like after that, then you guys can also get in contact with me. You guys could be a part of my team. I currently work with London War Summit and Rana, so they're both a part of my team. So we're looking to expand. If you guys are interested, by all means. So yeah, just after that.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aisha Amskara, and this year I'm one of the program coordinators. Every year we raise funds for a special cause throughout the week of IAW, and last year we were honored to raise funds for the Somali Education Fund, and we raised over $7,000. I'll play a video that explains all of this.
Islam Awareness Week is an event organized by the Muslim Student Association where a group of around 70 students prepare for the event for like maybe around 3 months.
Full time for the next academic school year. So Jazakallah khair everyone, it really made a difference.
Here, so I just wanted to say that you just don't get to like teach, you get to learn, and you don't only get to teach and learn, you get to like help those who are in need, and I feel like that's what makes IAW beautiful. Thank you.
So the exciting part, so every year IAW has a theme that we go by. So this is just like an umbrella like name which we go with for marketing and everything. So this year we thought of doing something exciting. We said, okay, you know what? We had so many IAWs back in the day. Let's start by seeing what teams we had back in the day, and then we come to the 2018 one. So 2012 IAW, remember the theme?
So it's purple, and the message was universal. The theme was universal message.
Awesome.
Yeah.
IAW 2013 was green in color.
It's green, and it's mercy to mankind.
IAW 2014, the red one.
No, So the theme for this year was balancing life and Islam.
Awesome.
The IAW 2015 and the theme was mercy.
Awesome. And IAW 2016.
IAW 2016, and it was exemplary character.
Can you guys guess the color for this year?
2016.
Embrace diversity.
Well, yeah. Can you guys guess the color for this year?
Gold.
Navy. Gold and navy. It's absolutely right. You can see it right here. Anyone guessing the team itself? Not the council members, because you guys know already. But self-improvement. Self-improvement. It's good. Sure.
Can we get a hint?
Well, we kind of get it in the volunteer responsibilities. If you want to think about it. Perfection.
Excellent.
Perfection. Excellence. There you go. So, this is the pursuit of excellence.
So for IAW 2018, we chose Pursuit of Excellence. So first we were going for excellence, but we chose to do Pursuit of Excellence because excellence itself is a very hard goal to attain, but you can always strive for excellence with at least interest, continuous improvement. So in Islam, excellence is a very big and beautiful topic. It covers aspects such as excellence in our relationship with our Creator, excellence in our relationships with our families, our friends, our communities, and other communities. And like we said before, you saw it in the video, there is a lot of hateful rhetoric in the media about Muslims, but by showcasing this, by using this theme, we can showcase how Islam encourages us to be really like better versions of ourselves. There is this ayah, there's this verse in Surah Imran, and it's that the people of excellence are those that, you know, when they have a right to be angry, they still let it go. They give charity when they're poor, and like when they're rich and when they're poor. And you know, they forgive for the sake of Allah. So if we really think about all of the ways Islam pushes us to be excellent people, it's really just being a good person. So we thought this would be a great topic to do and a great way to have positive conversations with the general public, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name is Umar and this is my first IAW actually. So now that you guys have heard the exciting news about the theme, there's more exciting news actually. So alhamdulillah, the admin team has actually developed a website for IAW for the first time. So the goal of this website is to basically have all the information from upcoming IAWs and previous IAWs all on one page. So inshallah, I'll just show you around the website. So you can access this website through CUMSA.ca on the main page over here, or you could just do /IAW. So if you would like to volunteer, there's a button right there, and this is just what is Islam Awareness Week, and here you can find the important dates for the upcoming meetings. This is just a promo video for 2018, and these are actually all the group photos from previous IAWs dating back to, I think, 2010. So these are the coordinators as you guys have met today. This is a countdown for those of you guys who are really excited. There's still a lot of time left. So if you have any suggestions for IAW 18, you can click on here and submit suggestions straight to Omar, Asma, and the booth leaders. You can just type it here and it will send to them, and they will take it into consideration. So one thing I want to show is the IAW time capsule. So that's the So basically, the time capsule has all the IAWs dating back to 2009, I think. So if you click on these icons, and there's a description here which tells you to click on them. For example, if you click on 2016, it will take you to like a compilation video for that year. So that's pretty much it for the iCapsule. You can also see the sponsors, and one other thing we're trying to add is we're trying to add a page called IAW 2018 portal. Basically, it's going to have all the information that you heard today, such as booths, tables, the different things that are going on specifically to 2018 IAW, and it's going to be up soon. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Inshallah, look out for that.
Back. Okay, so bonding event. Those of you who have signed up for IAW, we're going to be having a bonding event on the 17th of November from 5:30 to 7 p.m. It's nothing too major, but it's just going to be like icebreakers and activities for people to get familiar with each other. This is my first IAW as well, so I'm pretty excited for the event as well. and I hope to see most of you. Good effort, good effort. Yeah, this is my first IW as well, and I would love to see the team of this year, the volunteers. Inshallah, we can get to know each other better, and we can, like Farheen said, get a squad picture together.
I see you guys are getting impatient, so we're almost done. This is actually the second last slide. So just to leave you guys with some words, like everyone here, all of you guys, like each and every single one of you has like the ability to make an impact. And like that's if you do IW, if you don't do IW, all of you have that ability. And like just for IW itself, just to talk to people, talk to all like the non-Muslims out there about excellence, we'll ourselves have to go on that pursuit of excellence and try to excel ourselves, right? Makes sense? So just imagine, like for example, speak to a person, a non-Muslim, and someone asks them a year from now, like a year after IW, what do you think of Muslims? And the first thing they think of is you, like, because it spoke to you, right? Like that's huge. And for example, if you give someone a Quran during IW and they read it later, or for example, someone contemplates on what you guys talked about during IW, or just the feel of how you embrace diversity and you made them feel nice about themselves, like just that itself could be like huge. And just imagine, maybe like a year from now, you're just sitting in your room doing your assignment, or you're in the library, but like someone somewhere else is benefiting because you did something in the past, and like you don't even know about it. That's like so beautiful to think about. Like someone somewhere is benefiting, and that's because of you. So that's one opportunity that IW presents, is for you to be part of that impact. So if you, and we hope like you all join us on this journey. That's the website where you could go to sign up. It's just like a minute-long form, it's just general information. So that's where you can go. Another good thing, another beautiful thing about our religion, Islam, is that the rewards are easy to gain. So for example, if you can't make it to IW yourself, but you tell a friend and they make it, inshallah, that you get that reward of all the rewards they're getting. So that's very easy to gain rewards. So if you have friends, do let them know, spread the word around, and inshallah we can have really hype IW. The deadline is 15, so don't miss out. It's a minute-long form. You can do it right now if you want. But yeah, sign up for IAW, inshallah. It's going to be really nice. With that, we are done with the session. We are open to questions if you guys have any. Questions? Yeah.
So this goes to those who volunteered last year and the years before. So have you had any races specifically, or atheists who have had a hard time accepting Islam or anything about it? Like had problems in Islam or in Islam?
Question?
Honestly, my experience overall is really positive. From what I understand, like the instances where you'll have like a very negative encounter is really, really rare. But if there is a chance where someone comes up to you and asks you a question that's out of your depth, because we are just students at the end of the day, there are people who are more knowledgeable than us. We do have a Quran table that you can direct them to, and we always have the support of your team, so you would never be in a position where you would feel like attacked, inshallah.
Yeah, usually like if an immigrant does happen like that, it's usually very low key. Where this person who does have anything opposing to say will usually pull you to the side. They're usually very respectful, but they are opposing to your views. But they're respectful to not put you on the spot or put you on like loudspeaker. So yeah, those instances I haven't seen in the past 4 years.
So one thing we do actually, I'll probably just put give more detail on the booths. So we have Pursuit of Excellence, that is the theme for the year, right? And then you have 3 booths under it, and you have the 3 booth leaders. So it's pretty much to divide the topics in different categories. And then once you're in the booth, you have more topics under it. So you have subtopics. And like 3 to 5 people get together and make a poster. So those 3 to 5 people are the person like who did the research on this topic like in depth, and they learned about it. So that's why they're going to be standing beside that poster. So yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Like if someone stands beside a poster and like give some wrong information that's gonna totally deter people away. But yeah, that's why we have like subgroups, so people who are standing beside the poster know about what they're talking about. And yeah, secondly, what you mentioned about people who are more knowledgeable, they could answer. So yeah, like Asma said, there's a Quran table, and if you're not sure about anything, you can always direct people there. So if you're not sure about any, like if someone comes in offense, has offensive views, or like asks you something which you don't know, Quran table is the way. Like there's always people from the training team there. There's always someone knowledgeable. So yeah, Jazakallah khair. Hope you are part of the team this year.
So I'm not Muslim and I don't believe in Islam, but I've been invited to take part in this event. Would you recommend someone who doesn't believe in the message of Islam to partake in this event?
Yeah, I've had friends who just were interested in basically learning, like, and communicating like what they know about Islam to other people who didn't know about it, and like they're not participating in the religion itself. They will be volunteering this year as well, just because they fell in love with helping people understand better. They didn't fall in love with the religion itself, but they love to inform people, and that's sort of what attracted them to IAW.
Another thing is, as he said, one of the biggest topics that we actually do at IAW is clear our misconceptions and all that. And that's not a topic just for Muslims, it's also for non-Muslims as well. Clear our misconceptions, inform people of what's right and what not, and what Islam is about. And you don't have to be a Muslim to do that, actually. So yeah, definitely.
Lastly, I'm gonna add, like, thank you for coming, and you're always welcome. Like, we are so glad you came. One thing I would say, like, yeah, the training sessions are like gonna be very knowledgeable for yourself as well. So it's like, even if you're not a Muslim, doesn't matter. Like, you can come there and you can learn as well. Thank you.
I'm only here on exchange, so I'm only here for this semester. But can I still be of any use somehow?
You can Skype in. You can Skype in the training sessions, give us your insight, or if you want to learn, we can Skype you and you can still learn, and we will give you a live feed of the week.
And you can help a team do research.
Exactly. We have an IAW member for the past year and this year from Denmark, so that's pretty cool. Any more questions?
I'm just curious to know the color associated with this year's theme, like the accents.
It's navy blue.
Blue and gold.
Gold. So the new thing about this year is that we have two colors, and not just one. Like white was always white.
Well, we have separate IAWs that happen at separate times, but we do collaboration in terms of like, we've never had a training session like as far as I've been here, as far as some of us have been here, but like they kind of helped us figure out the structure for it. So we collaborate in terms of that, but in terms of the actual IAW, it's usually on your own campus.
Yeah. Plus, we already actually had a meeting with them. We just discussed all the ideas we have. Plus, their IAW is in a different week than ours, so it's actually nice because we can direct people there. So when it's time for their IAW, we direct people there. When it's time for our, we get people here. So it's like beautiful. Both of us collaborate and work together.
However, there is like an involvement that we have students from Ottawa and Algonquin. Like, you don't have to be a student of Carleton to be a part of this IAW. You can have friends who are not even in school and they can still be a part of it. So anyone you know would be interested, you can come forward.
And it's not the same shirt.
He was asking more questions.
So even if you have more questions, you've found the suggestions box, right? So you can always write anything there and let us know, and we'll inshallah get back to you on that. And yeah, with that being said, make sure you sign up. The volunteer deadline is on Wednesday, November 15th, and we have a bonding event coming on Friday as well, so make sure you are there. Jazakallah khair for coming, and assalamu alaikum.